Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. I have not done a video in, I don't remember how long, but I've got a watch that I need to, get a little bit of more information out there. A lot of people lately have been reviewing it, both on the forums like Watch You Seek and all over YouTube. Everyone from people like Maverick Watch Reviews to, there have been several videos. Random Rob. Those are just the ones that come to my brain right now. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. This is my Friday, but it's Monday. The watch I'm talking about tonight is the BOLDR Venture. And, well, there it is. Now, when you get this off of BOLDR's website, it offers you 3 different versions. I'm just going to go ahead and clarify one thing. Every version is the exact same watch. The only difference is the strap. Either olive green or drab green, whatever you want to call it, khaki or black. I went with the olive because, well, I just think it looks really good. And I already had plenty of black straps. But as you can see, I have a nearly 8-inch wrist, and this fits my wrist amazingly. Water resistance on this is 100 meters. The case is aerospace grade titanium. Which, I mean, come on folks, that's not cheap. The crystal is anti-reflective coated sapphire. The beating heart of this monster is a Swiss ETA or ETA, whichever you prefer to say, 802-102. Case size is 32 millimeters, I mean not 32, but 38 millimeters across. 20 millimeter lug width, 45 millimeters lug to lug, and the case has an thickness of from front to back of 11 millimeters. However, all that being said, I'm going to put you down for a second so I can take the watch off, because the lugs themselves, they actually add a few millimeters to the height of the watch. But yeah, here it is. And by the way, matching hardware on the NATO strap. Granted, I've modified mine so it's no longer a NATO, but it's just a single pass. And let me see if I can get this thing to focus. You can see that the buckle is even signed. Over here, the crown is signed. But what I mean by the lugs adding a couple millimeters, you can see that they plainly stick out further than the back of the watch. Which, if you're a large-wristed fellow like me, that's kind of a good thing. Otherwise, I couldn't wear this. This has become my go-to watch. For about a year now, I have been a hardcore G-Shock guy. And now I've moved on to this. But one thing to know, this is a strap monster. It will go on pretty much any 20 millimeter strap you can think of. However, for myself, I'm going to have to keep it on a NATO, or single pass as this is now, for the simple fact that the lugs add so much space between the actual case and the spring bars that it just looks funny, in my opinion, otherwise. But let's see if it'll cooperate here. I mean, I am barely pulling at all, and this is just rolling right out. But I'm pretty much done with the strap for this review. The strap is very comfortable. I can't say more than that. I have a nearly 8-inch wrist. It fits me. I can't complain. But you can see yourself, I'm trying to get this centered. And you can see how much space there is between the actual case and the lugs from the top. But just look here at the side. You can see all the way through there to the case back. And speaking of, here's BOLDR's signature case back design. All the pertinent information. ETA 102, quartz movement, 100 millimeters water resistant, titanium case, sapphire crystal, blah blah blah. Yeah, usual boring mumbo jumbo. And unlike most field watches, this has really good lume. And what I mean by that is my flashlight, and I'm not even concerned with scratching the crystal at all, because it's not going to scratch. I'm just going to leave that like that for a sec. Let's go over here, shut off the lights. And yes, I'm recording this at work. It's a dead night right now. It is actually Christmas Eve. I was lucky enough to pre-order this watch. But I got in on the pre-order pricing, which was, I believe, around $90. Well, no. I'm sorry. When I pre-ordered it, the pre-order price, including shipping and tax and blah, 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 was $101. If you would order this watch today, it is going to be $145. There is one major negative to this watch I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I'll get to that in a minute. But here's the lume, and let's go into a dark area just so you can see it a little bit better. But this lume is not a joke. It does last all night long, or in my case, all day long, because I work at night. Yeah, this watch is very much worth the investment. There have been some production issues noted. Some people have complained about the second hand having a wobble to it at times, which at times it will. A lot of people have also noted that the dial can be misaligned to about 3 degrees to one side or the other. Mine is slightly misaligned, but you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to be that picky about it because it's a working good watch. It looks good, it works good, it's good enough for me. Some people have found that their dial will actually be tilted deeper on one side rather than the other. And my source for this, most of these complaints, is WatchUseek. On WatchUseek, my username is The Tie. Not that I have an ego or anything. But you can see that the yellow-orange tip to the seconds hand, it has a nice pop of color that is refreshing. The matte hands are easy to read in any light. They're the proper length. Now, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here. One of the major issues I have with a lot of people giving reviews, especially on like Amazon, is these people, they expect the seconds hand to line up perfectly and you saw a couple seconds ago the little second hand wobble. There it was again and again. But anyhow, they expect the seconds hand to line up perfectly with every single minute marker, or every single, marker on there. Guess what? It will not happen. And I have even seen this myself with even high-end Omega quartz movements, and any quartz movement made, they are never going to line up perfectly with all the markers all the time. If you do find one, you hold on to that watch because it's worth a fortune. Just because of that movement. But that's my tangent, that's my rant. Now, the one major drawback to this watch, and BOLDR, if you watch this is in no way a shot at you, but something that I just don't quite agree with. Okay, let's say, you go out, you buy this watch brand new, order it from you guys for $145. You guys advertise this as having a tough enough lifetime warranty. And you state that, hey, something happens to the watch, you manage to break it somehow, you send us what's left, and we'll send you another one. That all sounds fine and great and amazing and awesome until you actually read the small print on your website. And your small print says the same thing, except for after that, oh, by the way, we want a small fee of $70 to facilitate the exchange of a new unit. Guys, it's a $145 frickin' watch. There is no way in hell any normal person, not even a watch nut, is going to pay $70 to have that watch replaced. That's half the cost of the watch. No. Sorry, something goes wrong with this watch, I'm just gonna throw it in the bin and buy something else, or go to one of my other pieces. I gotta say that because of that one fact, this will be my one and only ever BOLDR purchase. Simply because I don't agree with the way your warranties are. And for anyone that decides to respond to me on YouTube about that fact, hey, my opinion is that. It is my opinion. Everything I've said, aside from the actual numbers on this watch, which I got from BOLDR's website, this is my lovely handwriting. I jotted this stuff down just to make sure I had it handy. Now, do I love this watch? Yes. Is it a great value for the money? Yes. But if something ever goes wrong with it, throw it away. Anyhow, this is Ty. This has been, I'm going to call this my wrist check. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays 2018. Let's have a good 2019. Peace out.